Okay, today we are going to be doing this assignment here, Introduction to Resizing and Dilation. So open that, please. Okay, the first thing you definitely want to do is you want to do part one. There's two parts today, okay? And you definitely want to start by doing part one. So that's this website right here, or this assignment. So you're going to have questions, 10 questions, but it's based upon this site. So make sure you open this site right here, and read through it to learn about resizing. It's very short, okay? And make sure you play with this to try to understand this, okay? All right, so just this part right there, and then you come back and then you can answer the questions here. There's 10 questions, okay? When you finish that, then you'll be watching the video that you're watching right now, okay? So right now, if you're watching that, hopefully you finish this here first. Then make sure to download the assignment. Okay, so the assignment, the kind of questions we're going to have here are going to be the following. So the first one is writing a rule to describe each transformation. So the rules are going to look like this. These are the possible answers. Is it a dilation? What kind of dilation? Is it and the amount? And they're all going to be of the origin, meaning they're all going to start at the origin. Okay, so that's how they work. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at the first one. The way it works is this. Number one, there's the pre-image. So we start with the black right here, right? We start with a black, and then we end with the apostrophe. So we start, for example, that's E, right? So we start with E. Hold on. We start with E. Okay, so we start with E, and we go to E prime. Remember, with the apostrophe. So that's this part right here. Okay, so what do we know? That if it's from the origin, we want to count how far away the thing. The first thing we notice is that it's getting bigger. The black one is smaller, so it's getting bigger. And if it's getting bigger, then what we're going to do is we're going to take the ending value or the prime. So we're going to take the ending value over the beginning value for each point. What does that mean? Well, it means that E is at 1, so this is 1. 1, 2, 3. So E is at, put it over here. E is at 1, 3, okay, from the origin, right? So the X value is 1 away from the origin, 1 this way, and then 3 that way. Well, how about this one right here? Well, this one here, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like it's maybe in the middle, but let's see. So that means maybe 1.5. So you could do it like this, 1.5 divided by 1. And if you take that on your calculator, 1.5 divided by 1 equals 1.5. Now let's look at the choices. It's greater than 1, right? It's greater than 1. So which could be the correct answer? Well, all these fractions, that's less than 1, less than 1, less than 1, no, 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 and then this is about 1.5, so that one is D, okay? So that's how it works, okay? So I want you to try one. I want you to try number 2 to see if you can understand what the correct answer is, okay? And then come back and watch the video. Okay, did you have a chance to try it? Okay, the first thing is this. We start with the black, and that's the black one, and then you can see it's definitely getting bigger. Well, what's the coordinate point here? Let's do end over beginning. So this end right here, it's kind of hard. It's in the middle, but you know what? I think I like this one, Pete. Well, no, that's fine. Either one's fine. So what is this at? Well, this is going to be 1 to 2.5 is kind of where this one is right here. So I'm going to go 2.5. What about the black one? The same point for I is going to be there, it's 1. So it's just 2.5 over 1. And that, if you do that on your calculator, that's about 2.5. And which one is that? That's going to be B. Okay. So that's basically all there is to it, guys. Okay. Let's see what the next question looks like. So now we're going to graph the image with the dilation of 1/4 about the origin. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that real quick. Okay, so 1/4 of about the origin means it's going to be getting smaller. So if it's 1, so look at this. This is the thing to understand. So if I take 5 and I multiply by 0.5, a fraction, or 1/2, which is the same as 0.5, I get 2.5, correct? smaller. If I go 5 times 3, a number bigger than 1, I get 15. Gets bigger. If I do 5 times 1, exactly 1, what do I get? 5. It stays the same. So multiplying by fractions make it smaller. For fractions less than 1, make it smaller. Fractions bigger than 1, or numbers bigger than 1, make it bigger. But what about a fraction like this, 3 over 2? Well, on your calculator, that's like 1.5, so that's bigger than 1, so something would get bigger. So let me clear this off. Okay, so if this is a dilation of 1/4 about the origin, it means that from this point, I can find any other point. It can be X or Y or W. I'm going to start with W. So W right now is 1, 2 away. So currently W is 2 away. So I'm going to go 2 times this over here, 1 over 4. What does that equal to? Well, again, I can use my calculator and I can go like this. First, I can take the fraction and I can convert it to a decimal. So 1 divided by 4, enter. So that's 0.25, and then times 2, enter. So that means 0.5, which, by the way, what is 0.5? It's about half of a block. So I'm going to go back to the block. Let me clear this off here a little bit. Let me erase this. And I'm going to say that W prime would be 0.5, maybe about right there, right? So that's W prime. So one thing I can do is I can just check keep in mind this is going to be multiple choice. So W prime should be right there. So I'm going to check this and I might say A, maybe, that's okay. B should be right there. So no, B's wrong because it's not right there. It should be right there. So C's wrong. Nope, it's not there. D is at 1, not 0.5. So that's wrong. So well, after doing only 1 point right there, I can see that A is the correct answer. Now, if I was going to keep going, I would take X times 1/4. So what is X? X is -1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 1/4 of that. And so but it's going to be 4 up. So that means it's going to be about right there. Why is it going to be about right there? Because I go 4 times 1/4. By the way, I've got to take this point. What is W is, so what is X? X is going to be, it's what? It's -1, +4. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this point and I'm multiplying the whole point by 1/4. First this one and then this one. So that would be -1/4 parenthesis, +1. That's +1. So -1/4, +1 would be about right here. That would be X. So you're going to have something that looks kind of like this, okay? And let's see, that's kind of what this looks like, okay? So I got a lot smaller. This is only 1/4 the size of that. Now let's try number 4. I want you to try it by yourself. It's a dilation of 2, and then come back and check your answer, okay? Okay, again, so this is a dilation of 2. This means we take every point and multiply it by 2. So if we've got I right here, it's 1, 2 up. So I would be, you can actually do, that's going to be 0, 2. If we multiply times 2, the whole point, right, the whole point, 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. So I prime, so this is another way you can do it also, is going to be right there, okay? So what about H? H is at -1, 0. So times 2 is going to be -2, 0. So this is going to be -2, 0. So this is going to be H prime, I prime, okay? So maybe I'll do one more point. 1 this way, 1, 2 down. So that means we're going to double it. So this one's going to go 2 over and 4 down. So J prime is going to be there. And it should be the same size, but bigger. I mean, the same shape, but bigger and stretched around the origin. Okay, so let's see what matches that. How about this one? That's 1, 2. Yeah, that looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And is J in the right spot? 2 over, 2 over. And then, yeah, so he's correct. But let's see if the others are definitely, yeah, this is definitely wrong. It got smaller. We wanted it to get bigger. How about this one here? It should be, H should be 2 that way. So H is only 1.5 that way, but it should be about right there. So that's too small. Here it's bigger than 2, and y is all the way to the top, but y is not to the top there. Okay, so they're close, but they're not. So again, the correct answer is going to be A. Okay, so that's how you do this kind of a problem right here, guys. You can do that and then check the answer choices. Now we're going to find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after the given transformation. Okay, so this is very similar to what we did up here, but now we're going to actually find it. So one thing you can do is do 1 point at a time. So we're going to do dilation of 2 about the origin. So I'm going to take one letter at a time. Let's start with T. This is going to be 2, 2. So what is T prime? Well, I have to multiply by 2. So times 2 is going to be 2 times 2, so 4, 4. So T prime is going to be 4, 4. That's going to be right there. Okay. What is that? That's 4, 4. So let's check T's for 4, 4. T, 5, 5, no. T, no. Yes, no. Easy. Okay. So there's only one that's at 4, 4. Okay. That's very easy. If there's another one at 4, 4, then I have to check another point, but I only had to check 1 point, okay? So remember that. If you have 2 choices with 4, 4, then check another point, okay? Now I want you to try this on your own and then come back, and then we'll see what the answer is. Okay, so this is a dilation of 0.5. So what I'd like to do is pick a number that, let's pick y. So if I have y, I have 2, 0 times 0.5. If you multiply 2 times 0.5, that's 1. 0 times that is 0. So y prime should be at 1, 1, 0. So let's check that. No, no, yes, no. Okay. Again, if you have more than one that works, then you have to try another point. And so let's just make sure, let's pretend we have x. What is x? So that's going to be 1, 1. Times 0.5, that would be x prime would be 0.5, 0.5, and let's see if that's correct. It's correct, okay? So that's just the way to check the second point. So that's how you do this. I'm only doing the first 6 for you. I'm going to let you guys finish the assignment, and then when you're done, make sure to enter your answers into Canvas, okay? Back over here.